Good Kilowong, top of the morning, brother. You're a 20 today. Congratulations, brother. I wish you the best day. Good boys. You love the 3 panel layout? I love it so much too. It's so much better. I know the camera kind of blocks the dollar index, but once we drop down to a lower time frame chart, it'll be good enough. You can still see the candles. I guess I don't have to extend them all the way. Like I could just do. So you guys can see dollar index as well. Okay, everybody. Appreciate you guys coming through the live stream. do do some good stuff today. I need your help, brother, but it'll be a decent paragraph. Can you read it? I won't be able to. You can like, is it readable in chat or is it gonna be like two? Like we talking minutes. I mean, you can send it in chat. If you need to send it off screen, then I can't read it. I'll have to read it after stream. Get a green screen for background. Nah, I don't really care that much, bro. Listen, I'm gonna try to move out in 2027. That's my main goal for 2026. Get a place. So sorry about that stuff. Um, Pretty textbook day. I like what I'm seeing so far, actually. I like what I'm seeing here. Obviously, this is not really Asia high, but it's high of day. You know what? We'll just say high of day. High of day. What I'm seeing here. Here's you. Us 6. Trust me, you'll be fine. Okay. Better top of the morning. Appreciate you guys. Love the energy, man. I don't know when you trade and how to identify a bad condition. You just gotta look at the signatures. Um, a lot of wicks, no fair value gaps, no clear body candles, lack of speed. Um, Maybe the economic calendar can tell you. You don't need to be right every single time. Sometimes you're gonna be, you're gonna say I'm not gonna trade. It looks sloppy, and then it's gonna be the best price action. Okay, that's okay. You don't have to be right every single time. Um, Today is Wednesday. With 10 a.m. red folder, jolts, and PMI. So that's great. I miss some sorts. You hope it dunks. I don't expect much lower than pre-market lows, but that's just me. I'd rather you trust your own bias. If it goes lower, like I wouldn't expect much lower than pre-market lows. How's everyone doing, man? I hope it takes London lower than to Asia high. I actually, me personally, I don't want to see London low get taken, but if it does, I would probably still look for a reversal. But I do not want to see it taken. I would rather more so, even if just 930 pumps, and then I'll take retractions at 10, or if we take pre-market sell side, and then I'll take a long from there, and that works for me too. It could go to London low, it's possible, but I'd rather not see that. In my first day, I made 1K one trade on my 50K standard copy trade. Okay, made 1K in one trade. So what matters is the end of day balance. Your best winning day. It doesn't matter how much you make in one trade, right? It's your best end of day balance. So what you need to do to calculate your consistency is look at your best trading day. Does that make sense? What are those key times you look for? Every single macro and every single 30 minutes after 9:30 open is a key time for my trade checklist. I'm going to be bullish today. I don't really see myself taking any shorts. Something would have to change in price action for me to look for shorts. Who's someone you know who trades simple and it works? I mean, I would say I trade simple, but I guess you disagree. Depends on everyone. You were just singing that song, bro. It's a good song, bro. You want to see 653, 653, 653. Yeah, I mean, I guess you're bearish, and that's fine. You can be bearish. Yeah, bro, but I need 200 be eligible for a payout. I'm back to break even kind of stuff. I don't know whether to keep risking for. I think 0.5 is fine. I mean, 1 2 hour trade is 500. You know, if you you know pyramid and stuff can easily be 3 or 4 hour, which is already like halfway. So I think 0.5 is good. Yeah. Worst case scenario, you win a couple trades, you don't get the payout. Okay, you take a bigger payout the week after, right? I have to take the pre-market load order for me to switch bearish. Interesting. Okay, we're going to London lows. It's very possible. I mean, if we are bearish, we know where it's likely to go. London lows, right? So I'm going to keep it annotated on my chart. But just going into market open, that's not what I want to look for. I would rather. I mean, let's just do a full breakdown of why before I even get into the specifics. I'll explain what I'm looking for and why. Good, BG. You good, brother? Between every payout, 5 winning days. Yeah, unfortunately. That's why I like standard because in standard, technically, you can do it in 3 days. I don't think it'll be choppy on the daily. I think we're breaking out. I have seen the fund index bolt. I already have a take profit trader account, so again, I'm not looking to buy any evals. It does look like a great option, though. I'll say that much. I really like take profit trader, and they're always around. You know, their payouts are fast. At least what I've heard. So, all right, let's go 1 minute chart. Actually, I have to go to the daily. Okay, let's do a breakdown of the buys. Why I'm looking for longs. Um, this is your daily suspension block, and we never invalidated it on the Nasdaq, and we saw expansion Monday and Tuesday away from Monday's low. So as of right now, obviously non-farm payroll could be crazy, but I'm not assuming we take out Monday's low. So as of right now, pre-NFP, I'm not expecting we take out Monday's low. So if Monday's low safe, discount PD Ray should offer higher prices. This is just my narrative in the weekly power of 3. If you look at ES, it's a lot easier to see how the order flow is obviously bullish. For those of you on TikTok, okay, I'll switch the screen for you guys because you guys can't see. TikTok is not TikTok. ES is very obviously bullish, I would say, right? Most of you can agree. We went down, protraction went along on the daily. All-time high is right there, right? All-time high is just right there, up for the grabs on S&P 500. I'm assuming we get the all-time high today. I have a general rule. If I can see all-time high on the 1-minute chart, then we shoot for it. It's only 25, 23 points away. That's 0.3%. I'm not saying necessarily we're going to get it today, but I do think we have what it takes. I do think it's a potential target. That's what I'm going to be aiming for the day. So if that's what I'm aiming for going into the day. Also, dollar's been bearish. We've been talking about bearish dollar inside that daily SIBI. Whether it actually goes lower or not doesn't matter. What matters is it doesn't just crazily expand higher. So intraday, what's happened? This is midnight open. We accumulated, manipulated down in London, and then we broke higher. And going into New York, I wouldn't want to see this low get taken. These equal lows? No. I want to see that saved for another time. Could I be wrong? Yes. If I'm wrong, obviously London low is a draw. If we break below this, it's probably going to take sell side of London, but that's not what I'm going to be looking for. What I'm going to be looking for is discount PD rates to support higher prices, at the very least, until ES takes out all-time highs. I'm assuming we can easily take out this target on NASDAQ, maybe even previous week's high. That would be around 100 points away. So that's what I'm going to be looking for. How much lower can we go? We can take out pre-market lows. That would be fine. We could even take out London lows and then reverse higher. I would still be bullish if we took London lows, but I'm not going to look for London lows to be taken to start 9:30 open. So that's my breakdown. Hopefully that makes sense. We're talking about all-time highs on the S&P 500, not on the NASDAQ. NASDAQ's a little bit behind. It's not as close. The S&P 500 is pretty close. So the key levels you're gonna have to keep up is this pre-market sell side here, right? And then we also have London low. If we want to get there, right? We're trading at a 2-day open right now. We don't have any clear buy side targets as of right now, besides literally this high. And there's also the London high here. So you know what? Just for simplicity's sake, it's not really London high, but I'm going to label it as London high because it's the most prominent buy side level. You can see it inside there, that fair value gap. So these are the levels we're working on. We do have 10 a.m. news, and there's double folders. I think it's PMI and JOLTS. So just got to keep that in mind for alpha futures. If we want to hold a trade through news, maybe we want to close it on alpha and hold it on the others. That's going to be the game plan for today. So main questions, let me know what your bias. I'm going to be looking for longs. I don't see myself taking any shorts today. Let's say that. So I could be wrong, obviously, but I'm going to pretty much only be looking for longs. Yeah, that's it. Unless we take out all the buy side and then it's lunch and maybe I get a retracement play. As for housekeeping, no major discounts. Alpha 10% off. We have Org is high, or Org is a discount opening. I like that. Org. So let's mark out our Org quadrants. 0.0. What was purple? This one. Org 1.0. A lot of volatility on that candle, no problem. Let it do its thing. We don't have to try to predict the best. The 805.50. Okay. So I'm not gonna do it on all the assets. You'll see it here. Here's your org. I'm gonna remove true day open. No, we'll keep it. It's pretty much the same. Yeah, I'm gonna remove true day open. We have the luxury that the levels are pretty close. So org 0 also around true day open. So we take out London high there. I'm gonna remove that annotation. I don't really care about it too much. It's mainly the high of day that matters to me. What I want to see right now is if we can take sell side and reverse, I would take a long early. That would be good enough for me. Otherwise, we're gonna have to wait for the macro or after 10 a.m. news. So we'll see. At the very least, I'm going to be waiting for first presentation to form. So far, back and forth. I always tell you guys, whenever you see a back and forth, up, down, wicks at the first couple minutes, it's probably going to be a sloppy open. Obviously, it could just start pumping, but better safe than sorry. So if that's what I see, I tend to be a little bit more cautious. That's just how I like to do it. So we're going to be a little bit more patient and cautious now. We'll see what it wants to do. Have all the accounts open, but we'll see what we actually end up executing. Um, I want to focus on alpha futures. That's the one closest to payout. So a little bit more emphasis there. But why are you only looking for longs? I believe the ultimate draw is all-time highs on ES. I don't want to fade that narrative. So whether we take sell side or anything, I think it can reverse. I wouldn't trust this because ES is making lower lows. So I'm fine with waiting. Maybe we get first presentation here. Maybe not. I'm only going to be looking for longs today. So if I'm wrong, but I'm only going to be looking for longs. For me personally. I have targets here, but my main target is previous month high on ES and all-time highs on ES. Today could be a daily retracement where we go lower, but I mean, how much lower? 50% of this wick. Maybe we retest the daily bullish fair value gap. Possible. Hopefully my model doesn't form then. I don't mind trading before news. It depends what we get. So I almost finished my water bottle yesterday. I got about 75%. Today, I'm going to try to finish it. That's my goal. We fill org there. Second may just go take all our objectives. The 1 minute chart. And yes, I do have the bottle was expensive, like 20 bucks, maybe 30 bucks, 50, 40 bucks. Something like 20 to 40. Um this is the 1 minute chart, and yes, I do have a specific model. I have multiple models actually. I'm a believer in having multiple models. I don't mind trading before the red folders, but we'd have to get a good setup, right? And if it's just gonna go like this pump, looks like we might have to wait till after 10 a.m. because by the time we get a protraction model that's worth taking, it's gonna be tough. How much volume? I believe it's so. It says the max is 1.5 liters, but there's actually a decent amount of space on top of that, and I always fill it to the top because my goal is 2 liters per day. So I think this is around 1.75 if you fill it to the top liters. Have I tried taking a payout with TBT? Oh no, not yet. I have the same account. I've only gotten one account with them, or I think actually two. I'm working on it. It almost has buffer, so it's not eligible yet. It's almost eligible. Unfortunately, our win streak with Take Profit Trader, we were just fully de-risked. If you guys remember the New York streams, we won every day in New York. If you were bearish, this would be a really good short. It's not something I'm gonna take, but this is a classic accumulation manipulation, fill or take buy side, dump back to pre-market lows. This short can deliver, and we can be bullish still. Pretty good risk reward. I don't think I would take it. I just don't want to go against my original bias. And like I said, we can take the lows and still be bullish. This setup is generally really good and high probability. I think it can play out, but we're just going to tape read it. I'd rather sit here and preserve my capital for the potential long that may form than take a short. You get what I'm saying? So I'd rather sit here and take a potential long that may form rather than take the short. So that's my spiel. That's the way I see it. But sell side is at 753. So see if it gets there. This water bottle like blocks my field of view, man. If it's bearish, it shouldn't even trade here. It should just go down right now. Like this candle should flip and just go down. If it one ticks or two ticks into here, that's fine. I don't like that it reached 50%. Probably gonna move higher. It's not a valid protraction long, so I couldn't even take that long. Actually, I could because of ES, but I don't think I would take the long. It's not good enough. You can eat so much more if you drink only water. Yeah, if you're trying to bulk, cheat code is don't drink like juice and stuff. Just keep drinking water and you'll eat way more. Yeah, I'm happy we didn't take that short. I'd be pretty uncomfortable right now. However, this long, the only issue with this long is the optimal risk factor. It's only 1.2 for my first target. I do have a higher target, and it could be a classic buy day. I just wish it was more risk optimal. I wish we hadn't taken out buy side already. It's just something we're gonna have to tape read, you know, not something we can actually take as a trade. Previous week's high is 893. So to set up my here. Um, yeah, we'll just see. ES takes out high of day there, so there's SMT. Just not risk optimal for me to actually put risk behind it. If it forms somewhere down here, then I could take it. Because it's forming at the buy side here, there's not enough room for me to take this trade, you know? It has to be either, like, I don't like taking trades that it's either right or wrong. I want to take trades that allow me to, manage my risk, etc., etc. So I'm going to remove the tape read, but just know I would tape read that. I would expect at least one deviation. I really do think it can play out. It's just hard to say if it's gonna go here, then come back and then play, or if it's gonna go straight to previous week's high. It's not clear in that sense. We'll just see. No. We always have post 10 a.m. news. No big deal. That's an immediate rebalance. If we stay above that, that'd be a pretty good sign that we're gonna go higher. to the buy side. See if it goes straight to previous week's high, which is 893. So hypothetically, say you got in on the IRB. Yeah, 63 points, not bad. -1 deviations right there. ES just took out previous month high. All-time high is getting closer from current high of days. Only 19 points away. Again, that was my main objective, December high. I do think all-time high is possible, though. So, hit my TPW. Nice. After news, maybe, if my model forms, right? Right now, it looks like we're just pumping. See how we ignored that short, guys? Like, it's better to just save the capital for long, you know? And obviously, we didn't take that long, but it was not a risk optimal setup, and I'm not here to break any rules, so. It's not risk optimal, it's not risk optimal. Because, like, what would I do right now? Would I partial? Would I break even? Would I leave my stop and hope it goes only up for the rest of the session? Yeah, that's probably what I'd have to do. Leave my stop here, maybe move to the body, and just hope it goes up for the rest of the session. Doesn't make sense. That's not the best way to manage risk. So we can still take out pre-market sell side. That's not gone. We did flip org, which is good, but however, if we get a protraction here, call it a 30-second protraction, I can maybe take that to previous week's high, and that risk reward is pretty good. 1.5, and if we get previous week's high, I'd really do assume. So I would take this 943 going into the macro. It's not the best time. Dollar index is going lower. ES higher. I would take this 30-second protraction. I would de-risk slightly. So it's a 20. Say we take it above the high. 25-point stop. Yeah, we'll take it with 2 micros with the chance to make around 300 bucks. It would need to be this next candle, just immediately expands higher. And really, it should have been the other one. I don't really like what I'm seeing right now. We have a fair value gap there. See if we get it. Tapped. I would take that because if we're gonna get a protraction model after taking buy side, then I can assume previous week's high, and that's, I would say, a lot more risk optimal. Because if we're gonna get all the way up here, it's really safe to assume we take out the buy side. But right now, we could still technically pull back. So I'm gonna put a buy stop here at 60, and I'd put my stop here. So we'd risk 22 points to make at least 35, but then I would just break even and hold. So on my door. I'm gonna wait for closure now. It's higher. I want to see closure now. I want to see the full closure. Let's go to the 30-second chart. Take it there. It's a very low risk trade. I'm gonna put the stop at the bottom here, just to be clear. I'm gonna put it at 8. Yeah, it's gonna be a tight stop. It's gonna be a really tight trade. It's gonna be a tight one. That's fine. I want to take it. I don't want to risk much. Oh, did I miscalculate risk? I'm risking 60 bucks. That's not what I wanted to risk. We're gonna go one more micro. I don't want to take a trade just risking 60. I want to risk 100. Okay, so we'll see. Looks like we're gonna get stopped out immediately. Make a lower low there. 30-second protraction model. Taking this decent amount of times. ES actually made a higher high, so it looks like Nasdaq's a little bit weaker. But the idea of the trade's pretty simple. I want to see this fair value gap offer higher prices towards previous week's high. I'm looking at a different trade because this risk reward looks a lot higher than when I first. This risk reward looks a lot higher than when I first took the trade. How much am I risking here? 15, 30, risking $90. Okay. I mean, risking 90 with the potential to make around 400. That's almost 4R. Okay, looks like we don't take out the protected low. If we get speed above here, that's a good sign. I'm going to stay on the 30-second chart so you guys can see everything clearly. 30-second chart looks the best. Let's move to 838. So, yeah, very good risk trade, I guess you can call it. Um, Even just from like 850 to previous week's high. $200, not bad. Anyways, we get another 30-second fair value gap here, this time with the order block. I'd want to see that support higher prices as well. I want to get this done before 10 a.m. To be honest, I may even just take it to previous week's high, at least on alpha futures. If you're on top step, we just go for the winning day. 893. Well, it'll be a little bit more. Move the stop to 840. That low. Risking very little. See if this fair value gap can offer the support that we're looking for. This blue one right here. If it gets above here, should be a quick run at that point in time. I'm on the 30-second chart right now, for those of you wondering. Just a little bit cleaner. In the 1 minute, you don't see much. In the gaps, in the 30-second chart, you can see the gaps. There's a 1 minute fair value gap there too. So my stop loss is just at the OB swing low. Could put it at the body. It's quite aggressive. I like the swing low. 840.5. Just want to see at least previous week's high. We're almost there. I want to see this act as a bullish order block. These 3 candles. See this volume balance support higher prices as well. See if we can get those signatures in price. We have taken out a lot of buy side, so I wouldn't be surprised if it does come back, take out some lows. It's fine. It's part of the game. But if we could just expand to previous week's high, that's what I'm looking to capture. Dollar index looks great. It's expanding lower and lower. ES looks good as well, making higher highs. I actually may consider closing this trade break even. Gonna give it a little room in case it just wicks that. But I'm tempted to move, I like A44. Let's go A44. Not break even, but risking like $50 at this point. Giving it a chance to just wick, which it's doing right now. So it just takes out that low. On the 1 minute chart, it looks like this. Say on the 30 seconds, a lot cleaner. 15 seconds. You guys can see trading in that fair value gap on the 15-second. I like the 30-second. If we can get above those highs, I will move to break even. Honestly, I'm in a situation where I kind of want to see this go now or never. So I am going to move to break even. 853. Stop is moved to 853. We may get wicked out here, but again, if it's not going to go now, I don't really see it going. Yeah. So I'm going to take it out, break even there. Just not the speed that I wanted to see from up there. I feel like it should have went quickly after taking those highs. It kind of fell short, so we're going to terminate that trade. sit at break even for now. See if we can find something a little bit cleaner. Maybe there's a 10-minute gap, 15-minute gap. Maybe after news, we'll take a trade, right? In 8 minutes, we have a 15-minute gap. Maybe that's what's going to deliver the move higher. As of right now, don't want to be inside of a long. So I'd say pretty good risk management. So we'll see what we get. I'm going to wait till news now. We have 8 minutes. Wait till news. No, I just didn't see the signatures I wanted to see. The speed. The previous week's highs right there. If it's going to start slowing down, that's not a good sign. It's going to run. Not that I don't think it's going to take it, but that there's a chance it'll take my stop before moving, right? So there's no point in me risking on that. It was already a premium entry, so if it wasn't going to immediately go, I'm happy with the risk management there. ES would have already stopped us if we took it on ES. In fact, ES has a full break lower at this point. Not that I think it's flipping bearish, but you know, a prolonged retracement could be possible. Did ES trade into a 5-minute gap? Okay, ES has a 5-minute gap. There's no clean protraction that would form. I don't really want to trade right now. I mean, we could take it on top step. No news rule and such. We'll see. So you take the B setup, but not the opening OB. Opening OB, which one? 824. This one at 936. What indicator? No indicators, man. I mean, we can move the position line instead of winners. We can move the position line. You'd have to add or take out of a contract. You don't need 5 winning days. Yeah, sorry guys. When I'm trading, you won't see. I won't be able to answer questions as much. I gotta focus on the trade management and stuff. But looks like we may expand, and that's fine. I'm not gonna feel any FOMO on this because this really looked like it was gonna come out and take that low. So for the person saying why didn't you take the setup earlier, I'm not sure exactly which one you're talking about, but that the reason was because it was not risk optimal, right? If I took this setup here, the one I tape read, the first target is 1.2R. Obviously, I could have done this, but how do I manage the trade once we take out the buy side? Like, it would not be valid, you know? The risk, it's not as risk optimal, as opposed to the one I took here, which was already 2.3R, just the previous week's high, and 5R. So it just was not risk optimal to take that first one. Once we got the second protraction model, I was able to trust that move. We do make a higher high there, so draw a previous week's high. Couldn't you go break even after high taken? You could, but that's not enough room. Like that's not how I would want to manage that trade. At that point in time, I'm basically saying it needs to take out this high in order for me to manage my risk. Because it was never a risk optimal setup. Meaning if I kept doing that trade many times, I don't think it would. Maybe it'll still be profitable, but I don't think it would keep me that much profitable. Because if I'm just going break even after 1R, and if I get stopped out immediately on that trade over a long period of time, it's not that good. However, this one, if I get stopped immediately, it's fine. Because even if a couple times it goes to take profit, I would be able to recover those losses, you know? Because it's, you know, higher. Like, we could have easily just wicked here and then came back. Okay, sure, it's a break-even trade. But my entry's here. So, like, it goes 18 points and I break even. How many times, like, why would I want to take a trade where it needs to go up 18 points and then I break even, but my stop loss is 30 points? So, I'm basically taking a half R trade, you know? I'm saying it needs to go up right now, half R, and if it doesn't, I lose 30 points. And I'm only looking for a 15. That's a negative risk to reward. So if those trades, if I was to get stopped out right away, you know, in the long run, that's not going to be profitable. However, the one that I took, even if I got stopped out right away, where would be my, you know, place where I can take a partial or manage risk? 893. Okay, 893 is 38 points away. So if it goes all the way up there and comes all the way back, well, my stop is only 16 points. So, that makes sense? I don't want to take trades where like it goes up right away and I have to break even because I can't partial. I can't. You missed the move. You know, if you have to take a trade and you're going break even 15 points in, you missed the move. TPT has a news rule, yeah, in my opinion at least. Yeah, if you mean if you're scalping, eval, all that stuff. But again, everyone's different. I'm not saying you guys can't do that. I'm just saying I feel like that's a good signature and price where you're like, okay, I'm gonna take it long. If it goes up just right here, I'm gonna break even. Okay, sure. I mean, you're managing risk, but I don't know if that's gonna be profitable long term because if at any time it comes back and stops you, like you're gonna get break even a lot, and sometimes you're just gonna get immediately stopped out, and then obviously sometimes you'll hit take profit. But your stop outs are gonna be what's it called? A lot larger than the amount of times you break even, and then it doesn't. You get what I'm saying? Like that portion that goes break even and hits, or goes break even and stops, it's negative. It's gonna be a negative risk reward. So, anyways, I'm happy with my break even because now I'd have to hold through news. Obviously, it's hindsight now, but I'm happy with my break even trade. We're here to manage risk. We're not here to make money. There's an SMT here. I'm still bullish. Previous week's high. All-time high, I don't know. We'd have to see some pretty clean candles if we're going to get all-time highs. Not this stuff. But we are forming the 15-minute gap, so we just may get the absolute best 950 macro 10 a.m. protraction model. It's possible. What's the thing with alpha and news? Can I not trade news? You can hold through news, but you're not allowed to enter or exit. Okay? No entries and no exits. 2 minutes before or after news. So if you want to trade 5 minutes before, and then you hold it and manage the trade, and then 2 minutes after news you close it, totally fine. But no trades 2 minutes before and after. There's two red folders at 10 a.m. So that's for fundeds only. On evals, you can trade news with alpha futures. No, partial will count as an exit. Stop losses and partials, those count as exits. You cannot close during news. No. The idea is they don't want you to gamble news. So if you're gonna trade news, it's fine, but it can't be as a gamble. AKA, if you take a trade and you're holding and you want to hold it through news, that's fine. But if you're hoping news to just hit your TP immediately, it's not good. Can you still technically trade news if, like, say you have $100 left on the account? Okay, what you're gonna do is buy or sell 2 or 3 minutes before news and hold it and hope that it stays in the green. You know, if you wanted to do something like that, you can do it. Just make sure the execution window, there's nothing between 9:58 and 10:02. Or if it's NFP, anything between 8:28 and 8:32. Okay, we have news in 45 seconds. Very simple thing that we're going to look for. I'm not going to draw it out. You guys see it. It's the 15-minute gap. 15-minute gap to previous week's high protraction model. That's all I want to see. Pretty textbook setup. See if we get it. In Apex, I forget. I don't think so. Actually, no. Apex, yes, you are allowed, but you're not allowed to hedge. So you're not allowed to put buy stops and sell stops, I don't think, at the same time. Which I think is most firms in funded. No, that's not true. Apex has a no hedging rule, meaning you can trade news but only one direction. Best firm to trade with to get a payout or even work with. I would 100% recommend Alpha Futures in terms of getting the easiest payout possible. Look at dollar index going higher initially. CPI is gamble for eval because time. Yeah, I think it's good. Do the CPI method for evals? Yeah, I think it's a great idea. Realistically, every time there's an NFP or CPI, you should probably look at which firm is running a discount. Okay, 15-minute gap. Again, I'm not going to mark it out, but you guys see it. Any inversion fair value gap out of here, I would take a trade. See if we get one like this. Now, the risk reward is not that good, but again, if we get previous week's high, I'm expecting speed and velocity to the daily buy side. So I wouldn't actually close anything at previous week's high. So say we get like a candle that looks like this. Take the buy, stop loss here, take profit at daily buy side. I don't have a trade copy at discount, unfortunately. I don't think they have any discounts. Just take me whoever full ported sells. Thank you. For what? 25 points? I mean, I guess it could go lower. I don't get the systems if you can make 15 max. But continue after some even. I don't get the payout system. You can make 1,500 max. No, you can make more than 1,500. It's just the maximum you can request as a payout is 1,500. CPI gamble is good for eval. Yeah, I do think it's good. I think if you can afford to lose an account on news, then you should 100% do it. Looks like we're gonna get a run on sell side here. I actually like that. I personally like that. You saved my life with that sell. Lost my account trying to trade the mentals. The mentals? What's the mentals? Or you mean the metals? You mean metals or mentals? I want to see ES take out this low, so I want to see it go a little bit lower. I would not really trust those equal lows. Yeah. I want to see ES go lower. Dollar index did pump. It left equal lows as well, though. Yeah. So I want to see another leg lower. Maybe soup this low on NQ, but this low safe. You get SMT. Something like this. There doesn't have to be SMT. I don't really care in the grand scheme of things, but it will form initially, so we'll see if it holds. ES almost at sell side. I want to see NQ make a lower low here. Candle. Pre-market sell side on ES is option. It's right there. Right, those equal lows. Pretty nice sell model. I mean, nothing that I would have been able to capture, but if you just took, we took buy side, breakdown, back to the sell side, pretty solid. Yeah, first presentation's in here. Anyways, ES took out the sell side. We have the SMT. This is a little bit difficult to find an entry, so we'll just have to see. Be patient. I took the one break-even trade. Yeah, I can keep the executions on. You guys want me to keep executions, or is it too distracting? I think I will be streaming. I changed my mind. I don't want to go. Second CISD. It's not the strongest. I'll see if the 30-minute gap forms. Otherwise, I mean, even if I took it like this, it's still 2R. So it's fine. Second chart does look a little bit better. Looks like we may try again. If we get the inversion here, confirmation. Suspension block, we trade into that. If this candle points, so 30, 60. Yeah, and we can do just under a 1 hour trade here. Fine. If this next candle expands higher, I will buy that at 84675. All right, we're in the trade. So stop loss, I'm gonna go to that OB. Looking for a run towards the daily buy side. Just gonna shoot that up there. Risking about $200 on this trade. So the most you've seen me do in a while. It's a pretty good setup. We'll stay on the 1 minute chart here. 525. Best case scenario, we get 3R. You run a deviation on this. -1's over there, -0.5's over there. If we break above this high, I'll move my stop to the bottom of the inversion. And this breakaway gap, in fact, stop can be at 818. It should be at 81875. I'm going to put it at 81875. Done the hard part. You know, we trusted our buys, took 2 good trades. Managed the first one well. Let's manage this one well. Hopefully, if it gives us an opportunity to. It may not, and that's okay. Not every trade is going to give you an opportunity to manage risk. What I'd want to see, pretty simple. If we can get above this, I'm not going to keep it annotated, but obviously, if we can get speed above this high, I'll just mark it out in a red line. That's going to be your signature that this is good. If you look at dollar index right now, it is going lower after sweeping out the minor buy side. ES also slowly pivoting higher. I'm going to take a look at YM. Oh, YM does not look good, I'll be honest. However, it's fine because YM's already above all-time highs. So this would be a sort of catch-up trade. I'm not going to move my stop, but I'm ready to close at any given moment. Again, the main goal is always to manage risk, not to take profit. So we'll see. If you want to be aggressive, you can put the stop loss at 838, the bottom of the inversion. I want to give it a little bit more room than that. I really like my stop right here at 81875. We're seeing $175. We'll see. You know, I believe in the move to previous week's high, so I want to give it some room. Also, the signature looks good. Like if we're gonna come down, trade all the way up here, and not at least take out this high, that's, I don't want to say weird, but like it's pretty rare. So doesn't make sense to move my stop when the trade looks this good as of right now. So fair value gap, we filled that. Now the good news is if price does this within the next couple minutes, I can move my stop pretty much to break even and ride the wave. That would be very nice. So if we do make a higher high, that's a protraction model. Could pyramid on it. I might do so and take the partial at previous week's high. Yeah, we'll see. Stop to 823. So you can get $150 on this trade now. I'm not moving that because I would want to see protraction form here. So if we start failing to form the protraction, that's a pretty red flag for me. It should definitely be forming here relatively quickly as well. You know, it could consolidate, that's fine, but it really shouldn't be going much lower than exactly where it is right now. You could even put the stop, I guess, at 838. It's a little bit aggressive, but it does make sense. So I did move my stop a little bit. Risking $150 on the trade now, which is really nice. See if we get that protraction. I'm a little bit cautious on this trade because ES doesn't look the best. Although Nasdaq is the stronger asset, it's hard to say which one will follow which. You know, is ES gonna start expanding and follow Nasdaq? And I don't want to choke my stop loss here, but if this fails, guys, I probably do not want to be in the trade. I think we're gonna move the stop to 84875. Yeah, we're gonna do it. I don't like the way ES looks. So again, this is another scenario where I'm demanding it forms now. It needs to go now. If it doesn't go now, then I don't even want to be in the trade. So that's what you're seeing me do here. I'm expecting it to deliver now. Also, S&P 500 does not look bullish at all. So although everything looks good on the Nasdaq, the intermarket analysis supporting this trade is pretty weak. ES is bearish, YM is bearish. So at first it looked like an A+ trade. Now it's not looking like an A+ trade. So I want to take off my risk. If it's not going to expand, I don't want to be a part of the trade anymore. It's pretty much now or never, especially now that we had this candle, right? Failure to close above. If the next candle can't as well, it's probably going to take this low and then come back. Then it's going to be hard to see. So we'll see what happens. We're trading a solo. I don't know what you want to call it. Solo dolo. Again, ES is bearish. YM is bearish. Um, it's all up to Nasdaq to carry. Nasdaq's carrying, so it literally comes down to whether or not Nasdaq just wants to be, doing its own thing. And we'll see. Luckily, we managed the risk, plus a couple points as well. We did our job. We'll see if Nasdaq wants to be nice. Like Nasdaq looks great. Like if ES was bullish, this would look A plus triple plus. It would be like perfect textbook org buy side fair value gap speed 15-minute higher time frame dollar index week. Everything looks good. But there's one big red flag. S&P is weak. Dow Jones is weak, and that's not what you want to see when you're looking for a prolonged price. I'm not looking for a run just here. That's a scalp. I took this trade on the anticipation that it can run the daily buy side, right? Again, it doesn't mean I have to hold it to that target. Obviously, we have to look at the feedback we're getting. Maybe I'll take a partial here, but you get the idea, right? Like, I was looking for a prolonged price run, not a 1R scalp. Um, so to see this signature in S&P and YM is a really big red flag. Now the protraction formed, so our stop loss makes sense anyways. So that's always a good thing. See if we can respect the top of this inversion fair value gap. ES are just making lower lows, so I'm not expecting much from this trade. Mentally, I've already, accepted the break even again. Um, pretty much hopes and dreams now, if I'm being honest. Pretty much hopes and dreams. Because this looks like it can potentially run lower. ES looks like it's going to take pre-market sell side. The protraction on ES is actually really nice. If you guys see how ES formed that protraction model short, it actually looks really nice. Yeah, I don't really like to trade when they're so out of sync like this. If we fail to move higher above this wick right now, yeah, it's going to just probably immediately stop us. On the same candle. Price is currently at 84860. What happens if I trade it during news? What's gonna happen? Is it on eval? If it's on eval, nothing. If it's on funded, what's gonna happen is you're gonna request a payout, and they're gonna deny your payout. You'll still have the account, and you just have to become eligible for payout again. That's standard protocol. So you can expect the same from every firm. Actually, some firms will breach your account, and they'll say you broke the rules. Okay, so we get out break even. 2 break even trades. This one was really good. I just think we're bearish. I'm gonna be honest. ES is taking out pre-market lows as we speak. Let's see if we were right in terms of draw. I mean, we're up $20. I just realized I had top step on the left side, and I was accidentally risking more on top step, and I'm supposed to risk more on alpha. Luckily, we hit 2 break even trades. So it looks like we were right to break even, right? Because coming to the bottom of the inversion there, that's not a good sign. However, ES has taken pre-market sell side. So if ES forms reversal now, I could trust that. I could potentially trust that. A lot of break evens. Is that 4 in a row for us, guys? We have 1 TP and 4 break even so far in January. Something like that. I mean, not looking good. Not looking good. I don't know how low this can go on Nasdaq. That's why I'm not interested in shorts. I don't have a clear draw on liquidity. Let's say hypothetically I was bearish. Pre-market sell side is so nice, but it's SMT'd right now. So I don't know if ES is going to reverse higher or if Nasdaq's going to reverse lower. I'm leaning towards ES reversing higher because, again, I believe in my targets, but I don't know. We'll have to see. If ES does reverse higher, I don't mind taking a long again. It could look something like this. I'd probably want to de-risk on that setup though. 60, so we'll take it with 2 cons. If it forms, just you guys see the protraction. OB plus up there. And then obviously ES would have to be expanding as well. ES would have to be expanding as well. Speed lower. ES not expanding. Higher. Looks like it might be a daily retracement. Or we get the reversal later on in the day. How are you guys doing? Do you guys take any trades? Let's just short. I mean, you can short. I don't have a target for short. Oh, I can't short. I'm up 200 on my 50K zero funded. Nice, but then I see say don't trade 10 AMF. I don't know, but it doesn't matter because I have a lot more experience under my belt now. No trades yet this year. Nice. SMT is passed, bro. I'm done with this shit. I don't think you have the right mindset, brother. 2 break evens. Nice. Took the same trade up 50. Nice. Short the first presentation. You could, if we're going to get first presentation, I'm going to assume AM low gets taken out as well. I'm break even for the 3rd day in a row. That's okay. I mean, there wasn't. Look in the video. I'm going to hope it's really green. It is pretty green, yeah. It's not that green though, but I'm not complaining. Why to complain? Yep, 2 uncorrelated. But now that we took sell side, ES may be in a place where it can start spooling higher. So, see if it does. This is now a balanced price range though. The fact that we're trading up in here either means we're choppy or bullish. NQ or MNQ. I like micros. Better risk. 1.8%. Nice, bro. Break even, 2 learning, protect capital, both mental. Yeah. Feels good to be break even now. And also that trade would have stopped us out, so. Dollar index takes buy side. Yeah, I'm debating this long right here. 10, 15 puts in the low. It's possible, meaning this 15-minute low is safe. We'll see. It would have to be like a strong. If this candle just sped up, took the long, 29-point stop. Really, I can put the stop like here. 27-point stop, 41 point for the first target. I said 21, 27. Yeah, 2.5 R. It's not bad. Although it already wigged, so I'm not even gonna take it if it inverses now. Almost a sell for you. Yep, DXY swept buy side there. It has some more. Could take it out. London highs. If you can tap first presentation, then bounce back. Gotti, what's the maximum smartest payout to get on 50K zero? You could do 5 times $300. I would do 5 times. I mean, yeah, 5 times 300. Well, wait, it's 3. The maximum funded accounts with Alpha right now is 3. So yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with $300 payouts, man. That's 1,000 US twice a week. That's 2,000 US. That's minimum wage. I would say aim for 500. Why are you trading low prob day? ICT even said price action leading into Wednesday is gonna be bad. Why am I trading low prob day? Because my results say otherwise. I think I can. Not I think. I know I can still be profitable if I keep trading this specific Wednesday. Also, with the 10 a.m. news, I have no problem trading this Wednesday. I've been trading NFP Wednesday for a really long time now. I meant for one account, so if I winning. Oh, sure. I would say $200. You don't need $300 winning days. Just do 200. Why 300? You don't need more than that for a payout. Yearly SMT. That's funny. It's kind of reversing. Yeah. I mean, I'll probably take this de-risked now that we have a load that I can trust. Try it again. I am taking this one de-risked. I don't like that it's my third attempt, but it's my model, and I'm still bullish, and I like the way it formed. I like that ES swept sell side and also expanded higher, and I don't mind de-risking. So, risking about $100 on this trade with best case scenario 350. Stop loss at this low covers this OB. We get an immediate rebalance. Just see some speed here if I'm right about this trade, or right about the draw, I should say. If we get a breaker, I can pyramid into that. If we get like a break above here, it's not the best time, but it's still from that original silver bullet play. So not much to say here. Can't touch the stop until we get protraction, which would be I have to see the breaker probably. So if we get above here, I can move my stop at least to 836, and then we'll go from there. It's already de-risked, risking $100, so half R. Again, the reason I'm de-risking is because honestly, those first two trades were pretty solid, and it's been kind of choppy here. Do I still believe in my targets? Yes. Am I still bullish? Yes. ES swept sell side. Nasdaq's a stronger asset. Um, I still see the one-sided narrative. Still have the clear draw. Timing is not the best, but it's still 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. silver bullet idea. So any trade from 10 to 11 is valid for me if it's coming from a fair value gap, and it's risk optimal for sure. So intermarket analysis supports to some degree, given that ES swept sell side and saw an expansion higher. Um, Good news is if we trade to here, yeah, I'm gonna say I can move my stop 836. Let's go 835. Okay, pretty much cutting the risk by not half, but almost half. That's good. Risking around $70 now. Really, you can put your stop here. I like it right here though, just to give it a little bit of room. Again, I don't want to see this be treated as support. If you want to be aggressive, you can put your stop here, 843. I'm not gonna do so. Immediate rebalance, we'll see if that holds. It'd have to start wicking right here above this. I'll draw a line. If we close above here, that's a really good sign. If we close below, bad sign. May even terminate early. I probably won't terminate early because it's only $75. So I take it back. I won't terminate early, but you could terminate early here and it would be justifiable. Small bullish fair value gap. I don't think it's going to hold. It's not looking too good. There's SMT at the highs as well. This small FEG right here. We'll take a $75 loss. I don't really trust it, to be honest. Yeah. May have just been trading the consolidation, you know. I wanted to see that expansion higher, which I still believe is going to happen. Just may not happen today. Um, we'll see if that wick does anything. Um, what you'd really want to see is it not trade to 50% of the wick. So, yeah, surprisingly, it did, you know, wick that fair value gap I was talking about. I was not expecting that. We're still working inside the inversion. I don't like that we failed the IRB. It's a really bad sign. So, I'm not going to say anything. We'll just see what this does. Maybe a shorting. That's okay. You can short. It does look, if I'm being honest, it does look more bearish than bullish. I still believe in the overall bullish narrative, but I'm saying this specific price action in the last couple of minutes does look a little bit weak for my liking. We can move stop to 837.50. Risking around $60 on the trade now. So very low risk, very comfortable hold. At no point am I ever getting uncomfortable because the risk is match, right? The potential's still there. I can always add on a breaker. I don't think I will add on a breaker, but I might add on a breaker. Like, it's possible. I could add right now on this OB, target previous week's high. That actually sounds like not a bad idea. If ES is not trading into a SIBI, I'd have to see ES inverse that 5-minute. I don't think it's going to give it to us. Okay, some pretty good expansion here. I'm going to move stop to 50% of that wick, 842. So we'll go 841. So stop at 841. Now the risk is really well managed. Risking 0.25R, pretty much break even for me. And the risk is under 50% of that wick. Now, really, it shouldn't even trade here. So I'm going to give it a little bit of room with the 841. That's the idea behind that. We do make a higher high. Yeah, I mean, really, this stop here should be safe at 845. I'm going to do that. If it comes back to the low of that OB, again, obviously, I'm trading pretty aggressively here, trailing pretty aggressively here, but it makes sense. It's the OB here, right? That's your protraction model. You can put it at the low or you can put it at the OB. I'm choosing the OB because I really don't want to risk that much on this trade. So this breaker should hold. Like, if it's gonna go, it needs to go. You know, it's 10:30 now. Next candle trades a little bit down, and then we expand higher. Cool stuff. Out of curiosity, 60. Yeah, so about 1R for previous week's high. Well, actually 1.6R, but be a Wednesday on top. So risking $30 on this trade, very comfortable. $8 to be exact. About 46.25. There's 1030 trades a little bit lower. I don't want to see sensitivity here. If you really believe in the trade, you can add a contract here. This would be a very, very valid pyramid. The reason I'm not adding a contract here is because I'm not really sure if we're going to get up to that buy side level. So I don't want to add a contract, and then I'd rather, like, if it takes previous week's high, just sit at break even and hope, you know? Does that make sense? So I'm not adding a contract for that reason. I'm not really truly convinced it's gonna go all the way up there. In which case, what's the pyramid gonna do? Because I'm not gonna partial that previous week's high. So just not seeing, we can always pyramid somewhere in here. I'm just not seeing those signatures in price. If we break above this high and this one, I move stop to break even here. If we can get that, that would be great. Hopefully we don't get 3 break evens in a row. I mean, if we're gonna go above here, I definitely want to move my stop. Up to 47.50. It's trailing. We trade here. I move here. Okay. I'll just move it to break even. Just to give it the extra room. No point in securing the extra $5. Doesn't make a difference to me. All right, we're officially break even on a trade yet again. Hopefully this one just goes through. If it doesn't go now, I really don't think it will. In the morning session, it doesn't get better looking than this. Like this is everything I would have wanted to see from this trade. Let's secure a couple dollars for commission. Stop at 856.50. I'm assuming this is going to run the previous week's high here in the same candle right here. Touch the high, go. Move stop to 860. So give me a little something. Give me a little $50 on alpha. Just for all my hard work today. I want to see some, $50. Dollar index breaking down. That's good. Now, the only question is how much juice does this trade have? How much juice does this trade have? Half deviation is there. I'm not going to partial. Doesn't make sense. So it's just a matter of how much juice does this day have. Not day, trade. Nice fair value gap in here. Stop loss makes sense at 860. Should be quick. 10:30 should be quick. If it's gonna go, it's gotta go in the next 5 to 10 minutes. If dollar is down, NQ up. Don't look at it like that. If dollar is bearish overall, then you'd want to see a prolonged price run higher on Nasdaq. Okay. Don't look at it candle for candle. Overall, I'm bearish on dollar. Notice this big red daily bearish fair value gap I have annotated for the entire week. Yeah, as long as we're trading in that, not above 50%, overall, dollar is still bearish to me. So don't look at it like, I mean, you can, and sometimes you'll see it, but yeah. Why not partial previous week's high? The risk is awful. Taking one off at previous week's high here gives me $80. That's not even half R. So it doesn't really make sense to partial at negative R in a de-risk trade. I'm very happy to just hold this. If I'm right about the daily buy side, I'll make the full profit. If I'm wrong, 3 break evens, and it was good risk management. Now if I had, say I had 4 contracts and I could partial, around 100 to $200 here, that's a different story. Also, ES looks pretty good right now, so. Okay, previous week's high. For those of you who need to take that, you can take that. Honestly, I'm debating taking that on alpha futures because that's like pretty much payout. Or a first payout. What did I make last time? I think I made 250 as well. I'm gonna close it on alpha futures. Just because I don't need more money for the payout. And I'm holding on top step and take profit. Um, I only need one more R to get a payout on alpha futures at this point. So next time I take a 1R trade, we'll take it, and I'll just wait for payout, and then we'll focus on top step and take profit trader. So taking it at alpha futures because I don't need more money. Right on top step, you got to build a buffer. Take profit, we got to build a buffer. So you can put the stop right here. By the way, I'm gonna leave it. Where did I have it? A65. Yeah, A65. A65. Closing out previous week's high for 1R. Only 1R. But it's actually 1.25R. But you get the gist. Thank you for everything. For the winners and losers, of course. Yep. Gatia main trade on ES should I hold to all-time highs? Yo, ES looks a lot better because if you entered on ES the same time, 1022, and hold for all-time highs, that would be a sniper, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I can't tell you that. It would be a sniper. That's more of like a runner for me. Is standard deviation really good to use? Yeah. It'll really tell you the strength and weakness of a trade. If we're bullish, guys, we should not inverse this fair value gap. It needs to trend up consistently. I'm thinking about stop at 877. Not even a winning day on top step. Maybe I should take it 3 micros. This needs to hold if it's bullish. If it's gonna make a lower low now, I'm expecting choppiness. Close my alpha account. I'm not gonna trade that again today. On top step, if whatever happens on this trade, anything besides TP, wait a minute, where's my TP? How do you set TP on? Yeah, I just closed the trade by accident, guys. I thought you could just drag it and set a TP, but it's only letting me put stop loss. I accidentally closed the trade on top step. Just have to put sell. You just have to do the sell and buy limit. I closed on top step. You know, I closed that. Oh, that's perfect. I got the winning day on top step. I accidentally closed on top step. I didn't want to close. I wanted to leave my stop. Whoa. Yo, we got so lucky there. Someone said something. I'm gonna really hope I didn't get a bad fill. 873? It's not that bad. 3 points. 80 bucks. Damn. Yeah. Someone said something. It happens. Hopefully your stop didn't get slipped. Too bad. Mine got slipped around 5 points. Yo, you guys want to see something crazy? Yo, let me show you guys my top step execution. Let me show you guys this. Hold on, hold on. Hold on. It's gonna look like I cheated or something. I literally perfectly closed. This is the 15-second chart. I literally closed it right before. It just went. Phew. I mean, to be honest, it doesn't make a big difference. It was like 60 bucks, so it's not like I made so much money on close. No, the stop was right here, so it's not a big deal. But it's kind of cool. Anyways, I don't know what that was. Probably someone said something. It's probably not too important. Looks like we're already rebalancing. We took out sell side here. I'm gonna be honest. Actually, I don't mind risking profits on top step. Actually, I got the winning day. Maybe we'll just walk away with the winning day. It doesn't seem like we're gonna catch that big trade pyramid that I want on top step. Um, Also risk reward here is difficult because when you gonna trade the inversion here and target the buy side, that's ridiculous risk to reward. So, um, yeah, there's not much. Huge rebound on How are you guys doing? It was in the video news? I don't think it was. I don't know. Let me check my email. I don't know what it was. It wasn't the video. Let me see if Nvidia had a big candle too. Okay, Nvidia did have a big candle. Did they all have big candles? That's so weird. They all had big candles. I don't think it was just Nvidia. Who knows? Who cares? Doesn't matter. Thankfully, I closed nice. I hate my life. Why do you hate your life? I got stopped on that by 2 points. Your stop was like here plus 2 points. You're saying? Oh, your stop was 812 and you got stopped at 810. That's unfortunate. Trying to know buying Air 200 tips from the video. Cut them shorts. That was a huge W. No, that was my TP for longs. Sorry guys, my bad. My partial was 5 points away. How much you up for the day? If you want to add up everything, 250 times 3, 150 times 3, live account 200, and take profit 100. You got our break even. No, slight profit for me. On Alpha Futures, we secured the 1.5R win. On Top Step, we secured the 1R win. On Take Profit Trader, we secured a little bit less minimum wage. We got to multiply then, right? I'm copy trading 9 accounts in total. So still made like in the 4 figures today. I just entered long, bruh. You entered long right here at 10:37 or like 10:35. Would I have trailed my stop? Probably. If it was gonna go, like, listen, let me say something very clear. If you're gonna enter deep premium, it needs to be going. It needs to be a buy program. You guys know, you guys ever see those days where every single fair value gap holds and every single bearish bullish order block hold? Like it's just up. And it's never, it's just like anytime you click buy, it goes. Yeah, that's what you're looking for here. If it's gonna come, make a lower low, it's probably not gonna run the buy side smoothly. It's gonna be back and forth, sell side, buy side. It's gonna be high resistance. You're looking for low resistance. So if you're gonna trade deep premium, which by the way, all my trades today were in deep premium. They're all above the opening price, above org, above the highs. But I was expecting a quick run towards the buy side. So you get me? I was demanding every single trade today. I was demanding that it plays right away. I don't want to see it linger at all because it needs to be a low resistance trend. You get what I'm saying? Hopefully that makes sense. So this is not one of those trades where I'm just going to leave my stop and be like, yeah, this is a great entry. If you want to leave your stop, you leave your stop at London low. That's where you put your stop because that's your daily power 3. That's where your great entry is. And then obviously you take profits there. But there's no entry here that like this low is guaranteed safe. We can't take it before buy side. That's not here, you know? It's not one of those trades. It's in premium. Let's say hypothetically, the market came all the way down, took sell side, and then reversed. And you said, I'm going to leave my stop here and hold. That makes sense. Because if we're bullish, that low is likely going to be safe, and you can hold that. But over here in deep premium, it's all fair game. The market can do anything. If it's low resistance, it should go right away and just trend. If it's high resistance, nothing here is safe. Nothing here is safe. So that's the logic behind trailing your stop in premium. What was that bearish candle? I don't know. In my opinion, you tried saying the video. I don't know what it was. Someone probably said something, in my opinion. He has around 2.5 years of market experience plus 10 years of backtest. Yeah, what's up? How much experience do you have? I've been live trading for pretty much 2 years. I've been learning for about almost 3 years. But where my main experience comes is from watching all the ICT lectures. You guys think I figured this shit out on myself? No, this shit is deep rooted in like 4 hours into ICT lecture with 6 hours. Like, obviously, I picked up on them because I've been trading it for 2 to 3 years. But this is all ICT's teachings. Nothing here I'm teaching you is pretty much I learned from just myself. Some things in terms of like my protraction model but for the most part, most of the stuff here is not what I learned from myself. It's ICT taught it. No one else knows it because do you guys really know anyone else who's watched 2023 mentorship 4 times? No, you probably don't, right? Do they have notes on every single ICT 2023 mentorship? Most people don't. Most people, they watch 2022 mentorship once and they start trading like they know ICT. They don't know the signatures as well as IGT taught them. And neither do I, by the way. Like I'm good, but there's still a lot. It's so boring. Yeah, trading's not meant to be boring. You know what's not boring? Making $2,000 today. That was not boring. That was great. You know? That boring? No. I really don't see myself taking another trade, but I have no problem sitting here tape reading until the buy side gets hit. In fact, this would be a valid protraction model. Would I take this? No. The only reason no is because I hit my daily winning, my win target on Top Step. I hit my alpha futures target as well. Tape read, 1.8R, stop at the body, 2R. I wouldn't take it, but it's a protraction model leading up to 1050 macro. Is it a plus? No, but none of these trades were. Is it a good trade? Worth the risk? Probably. Why is it valid? So remember, protraction, as long as you're assuming there's a protected low, and then you get the retracement and move higher. So why is this a valid protraction? It's because I'm viewing this as the bullish order block. So if this is your protected low, 1030 power of 3, and that's your retracement, you drop down. You're not going to see it on the 1 minute chart, but you're going to see the retracement there. 30-second chart might be cleaner. Why is my cough still here? Gym is going good. I'm 4 out of 5 days strong. Today's day 5. Yeah, technically it wouldn't be like what you'd want to see for a protraction is a low gets swept. But the reason this is all valid, by the way, is because 930 low is actually your 930 protected low. So this is the low that got swept. Form the like this is your retracement. It's not this. This is just your entry, the order block. So that's your retracement. Swept the low. This low is protected still. That's your 930 PO3 protected low. This is your 1030 PO3 protected low, assuming you're bullish. So you trade the OB, or you can trade the inversion. OB is better in this case. Yeah, sweep and OB, exactly. Simple as that. Sweep and OB. Doesn't have to be any more complicated than that. Although if you want to add, the sweep was below 1030 opening price, and that's the green flag for me. This week's not for beginners. I would agree. It's a tough week. If you didn't manage your risk well, if I was in this trade, guys, I'd move my stop to break even. That should be a breakaway gap. If it's going to come all the way back to this fair value gap, again, it's going to be choppy. It could take out the lows, you know. Worst PA of the year? I don't mind it too much. The reason I don't mind it for me is because the signatures were there to manage my risk. Sometimes, like, you know what's bad PA for me? When protraction model forms and it just immediately stops me, and then it forms again, and then it immediately stops. Like, you know? You know what I'm saying? Like, at least now the model is protecting me. I have a good amount of payouts. um, I don't like talking about how much I made in total. I don't like talking about how many payouts I have in total. I took 3 payouts in December, took 3 payouts in November. It's looking like I'm gonna get at least 3 payouts in January. So 9 in 3 months, if you want to go based off that. OB and supply demand, same thing. No. The difference is OB is just a lot more specific. Like you're looking for a very specific thing. In my opinion, from my knowledge, supply and demand is a lot more ambiguous. Like what exactly, unless you have a way to exactly say this is supply, this is demand, this level to this level. I need to see this exactly every single time to meet the criteria, right? Order block is very specific. It's very, very specific. It's exactly this candle formed exactly by this candle. This level should not be invalidated. 50% shouldn't be reached if we're bullish, and we should see speed once the order block forms. Should we retest it? It should offer very good sensitivity. Very specific stuff that you need to see from the order block, from the charts. Supply and demand, to my knowledge, I'm not a supply and demand trader, so I could be wrong. Nothing anything wrong with that, but it's not that specific. You know? Please share at least how many figures payouts. I made you can look at yesterday's stream at the end of it. Why do you think about the random down candle? What do I think about this? I think it was some news. Someone probably said something. Or people say it was Nvidia in chat. I don't think it was. I think someone probably said like some politician probably said something. Who knows? Maybe Trump said something on Twitter. Order block is supply and demand, just smaller. I mean, you would treat it like a supply or demand level in that sense. So yeah, I don't disagree on that. I might crash out if I get stop break even the third time. I personally think this one will play out, but I also thought it out about the other one. So yeah, money's not the right inspiration. The truth is, listen. The truth is, AB 1, 2, 3, 4, ABC 5. You know what he's really asking? He's really asking, Daddy, how much money do you make? Because I need to know if I can copy trade you or not. And that's why I don't like answering that question, because I don't know what his financial situation is. I don't want someone who's going to rely to pay their bills based on me. Did I study all of ICT? Yes, of course. Yeah. I'm a firm believer in studying it all and picking what you like. Why did you take longs? I was bullish today. I didn't want to take any shorts today. First thing I said this day, guys, what did I say? I said I could be wrong. I would admit that it wasn't like perfectly clear, but I said I am not going to take a short today. And I'm very glad that I trusted that, because I think we can all agree overall this is pretty bullish. I'm in the trade. Yeah, it's a good trade. Have you tried other strategies? Which ones? I used to trade supply and resistance, support and resistance with stocks. Didn't go too well. Yep, I have a video on daily bias. It's exactly the same one I use. I've been using for years. Never gonna change. Very, very good. Crypto. I traded meme coins. I lost money, and I want to ever do it again. Which mentorship's your favorite? My favorite is 2023, but that's only my favorite because I studied 2022. Are you the one with the book from TGR Bootcamp, but you changed your account? No, that's not me. I've never seen the bootcamp, and I have no notes on TGR's trading. With chart, this is micro Nasdaq. How do you build your narrative? That's gonna come with experience. Do you have long-term stocks? I'm in a position on Nvidia that I wasn't expecting to hold more than 2 months. If Nvidia goes up the next couple of days, we'll probably close the next week or two. But in terms of like truly long-term holding, I believe in the company. No, I don't do that personally. It's not my style. You also started with meme coins. I didn't start with meme coins. It was like about a year and a half ago or a year ago. I was like, everyone's making money. Let me try this shit. Yeah, it didn't work for me. I lost all my money. Are you ICT trader? Yeah, I am. Gatie, yesterday you took the same trade as me. Did you get stopped break even before? I think so, yeah. I think I closed break even. What's your entry models? They're all on YouTube. The main one you're going to see me execute is my protraction model. That one just forms the most. Every trade today was a protraction model. Protraction model, that's my highest win rate model. Don't confuse that with most profitable. It's actually not my most profitable model. My reversal model, which is about a 30 to 40% win rate on average, is my most profitable model. I'm way better in terms of risk management. The profits are way higher. The risk to reward is better. Now, I'm not saying it's always bad risk to reward. Sometimes protraction model easily gives you 4 or 5R, right? But I'm just saying in general, my highest win rate model is my protraction. It also forms the most. It's the one I trade the most. Yeah. I also have my classic model, which hasn't been performing too well recently. I'm not gonna lie. Do you think the bank institution will find a way to fail the ICT models? I, not even a little bit. Damn, same got start breaking before my performance. It was a bit annoying, but yeah, it was that long, right? Now that I'm starting to picture it, the TP was nice, and it just started going up. Yeah. So we were on side every day this week. We took the right trades every day. We managed our risk perfectly. The market was just a little bit back and forth, a little bit too much to my liking. And that's a fine, because next time it won't be back and forth, and we'll get the TP and make more money. -1R for me today. Took multiple trades and managed my risk well. Nice. Yeah, if you took multiple trades and you're down, around 1R, that's really good in my opinion. Why don't you take this trade? I hit my profit target on my accounts, and I'm honestly just mentally drained from this going back and forth. I don't know how I would have handled this loss if it was to happen. So given that I hit my profit target, I already tried 3 times. It was very sloppy all those times. Um, I'm just trying to preserve my capital because if I was to take a trade, risk the fact that I hit my profit target on the day, and price was to come back and stop me, now I'm down from my profit target. So either I'm break even on the day or slightly green. It's just frustrating. Like at that point, it's mentally draining. I'm trying to preserve my capital and my mental for tomorrow. I'm already thinking about tomorrow. I want to come strong. It's gonna be very easy to trade tomorrow, knowing that I had 2 winning days prior and break evens in between. So worst case scenario, for example, tomorrow I lose a trade or I lose 2 trades. Well, then we're technically break even. I can take this buffer into tomorrow because today's not clean, right? I'm not gonna be mad. I'm not gonna be mad that I missed the move here because look at the move. This is a hard move to catch. I don't need to catch every move. I want to catch the easy ones that my models give me, right? So, was there an easy one here? No, there was no easy move here. This one, okay, this one played out. Who knows if it's even gonna play out? One, two, it's just the same setup as all the other ones. This one's 1050 macro, so you guys know 1050 macro is my favorite time period for protraction, but nonetheless, it's all the same. No, sorry. Tomorrow I'll be live, but I'll only be tape reading. I don't trade the day before NFP. What are good months for PA? I normally really like January. I'm gonna be honest. A lot of people like February, but I don't really like February from my experience. Um, Generally speaking, December is not the best. Summer is not the best. Everything in between is pretty solid. Um, September to November is really good in my opinion. January to March is really good. April, I would send that to April. May, June, July, August, a little bit iffy. They're all good though. Like at this point, I'm not sure if you really want, besides summer and December, any other month, don't just go, oh, today's gonna be a great month. No, you gotta read the signatures and show up because at this point in time, I feel like there's that seasonal monthly tendency in terms of the PA good or bad. Every month has good days, every month has bad days. If you go in with the mindset that this is gonna be a good month, you're gonna start expecting stuff, and that's not good. Because when your expectations fail, that's when you get hurt as a trader and you start feeling down on yourself. Like last December was great. It also depends. What do you mean by good price action? Right? December's price action was not that good, but my trading was. I just so happened to win literally almost every day in December. I don't know. That was my longest win streak ever. Can I explain why? I don't know. Maybe it was because I was sick the entire month. I can't tell you yet. I don't have the experience to tell you why December was so successful for me. I honestly don't know. I felt like my model just kept playing out. The risk management was good. That's probably what carried me because all my losses were partial wins, and my winners were kept tight. Um, that's the idea. So I don't think December's price action was good, but it treated my model very well. You know, was it very easy and predictable in December? I wouldn't say so. I wouldn't say so. What was really easy and predictable this year for me? It was this, this leg, and this leg. Anything from, in my opinion, September to end of October, even here on this sell-off, I made a lot of money. So, like, this price action from here to here was very predictable. Not every day, but most days here, the price action was very predictable and easy for me to execute what I wanted. The price action from here to, let me say after we broke lower, the price action from here to here, this price leg on the daily chart was also very nice and easy for me to trade. Compare this shit to this. What the hell is this? We have like 600 point range in like 20 days. Compare that to this 20-day price run. That was like 4,000 or 2,000 points. 12 days, 2,000 points, sell off to the sell side liquidity. You know how easy it was to trade those days? You were bearish, you short the premium rate, and it goes. This is consolidation on the daily chart, right? And it looks like we're probably breaking out now, but hopefully you guys begin to see. If the daily chart goes sideways, that's where my trading struggles the most. Did we hit TP? No. It's getting there. Again, I'm not in this trade. I'd move my stop here if I was in this trade now. 50% probably. Can you tell me December highs real quick? The level? Oh, we've already taken that. Oh, sorry. December high? 26, 123, 75. So 26, 123. For NASDAQ, I'm assuming. You're talking about NASDAQ, yeah. So this one ends up playing out. Unfortunately, it's the one we didn't take, but again, we're up. You said you struggled. I struggled during the September. Oh, was it September? There was a month and sometime in fall that I struggled, but I knew the price action was really good. I just was struggling, you know. It was predictable, but things were not going my way. Was it September though? I don't know. I don't have the best memory. It's all in the Discord if you want to go back into the journals. Um, it was still profitable, by the way. It wasn't a red month for me. I haven't had a red month in a while. I don't remember. It could have been like 1 or 2 hour green though. Honestly, my memory's not the best. It's hard to say. I don't know. I think September was good, or maybe it was October. Because I took 2 withdrawals from my live account. Not a big one, but one was in October. I don't remember if the other one was September or November. What was that candle? Which one? This the sell one? I think it was some news came out. It happens. When copy trading 2 funded accounts, some people say you should think about it as one account. Others say they are individual accounts. When you trade at the same time, what do you think? Uh, I don't understand your question. They're definitely different accounts, but you're copy trading them, so you can treat them the exact same. What I risk on one, I risk on the other. I mean, you're copy trading, right? So, yeah. Did anyone take this long, by the way? And if you did you take other longs and just, like this one just happened to play out? Definitely feeling a little bit of FOMO. That's what it is. I can't complain because we made money. So, how'd I build a long buys? Look at ES on the daily chart, and then if anyone looks at ES on the daily chart, I think you would all have been bullish today. If you were bearish, simply toggle the daily chart on S&P 500, and then I want you to tell me, would you still be bearish? I would just assume you'll immediately see it and be like, oh yeah, that's pretty clear. That's why you guys took it. I did, but took out profits here because I've been so down, so I'm fine with break even. Nice, yeah, that's not a bad idea, brother. That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea at all. If you were down on the day and you just took this and you made back your loss, that's fine. Today was a tough day. There's going to be another day out there. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Friday, maybe Monday, Tuesday, who knows? That's going to be clean. And you want to make sure when that price action that's clean is there, you have the capital mentally and in the actual account to trade that, right? So if you have to, be like, okay, this is a tough day. I'm glad I walked away break even. I didn't make profits. That's okay. You don't have to make money every day. I entered exactly where you put it, I swear. Nice. I was in a long and adding on to it, and the bearish candle stopped me. Break even. Yeah, valid. Valid. I took 3 longs today, so looks like I would have hit TP if I wasn't for that meddling Drake candle. Yeah, also valid. Also valid. I would say probably me too, but who knows? W mentality. You get used to it, man. I learned what's burned me over the years. So true. Chop days are often followed by amazing days. Yeah, I'm sure there's gonna be some amazing days coming through. And tell me, shut my computer now. You don't have to shut your computer. You just have to close your trading. TP was 794 with Target Asia. Nice. Nice. What do you think of why I'm doing the next hour, big bro? Please, I'm thinking rebalance. I'm still bullish. TP, my target would be 25935. Whenever I have a target on the daily chart, I always go 1 to 2 points lower. So just be cautious. I would definitely trail stops here to like right here at 900. This fair value gap should hold. So I think a stop here at like 90, call it 90250. I would trail it and go, right? Secure yourself 30 points. It's not bad. 60 points a micro. If you risked 3 micros, yeah, you can make around $200 there. See daily liquidity and go short. Okay. Let me make one thing clear. If it's gonna go lower after that, I would assume it's gonna be a retracement. So, what can you target with a retracement? I would say look at the range and target first premium array. You could target this maybe. I don't like taking retracement trades though. That's not something that my model looks to capture. Where would TP be on ES? If you're in on ES, I would close when NASDAQ hits this level. Same thing. That's how I do it. If you want to be ambitious, all-time highs on ES. It's possible. It's possible that this just keeps going up the entire period through lunch. It's very possible. If you have multiple contracts on, you have the luxury of holding a runner. You can do that. Say you have 5 contracts, take off 4 here, and you leave 1, and you pray that it can run 0.28%. So that would be about, call it 2600 flat. It would be around 2600 flat on NASDAQ. Again, you have to keep in mind where ES is, but that's where it would be if ES hits all-time highs. So that's a 100-point runner from now, or 80-point runner. Is it worth it? It's up to you to determine if that's worth holding. I would say probably not, given the likelihood, but what was the news? I don't know. Someone said in a video in chat. Could have been that, I guess. How do you know how much you're going to risk on a trade? I risk the same amount for the most part. I have 2 things that I will either risk 0.25%. So what's 0.25%? If I have a, let's say 100K account, 0.25% would be $250. Okay, $250 on a 100K account. That's 0.25. Okay, listen. Sometimes I will half that risk, 0.125, and I'll risk $125. Depending on price action, depending on where I am on the day, depending on whether or not I'm in drawdown, depending on the quality of the trade. It's up to me. There is no Gatie, risk 0.125% every time when this happens. I leave it up to me because I think I can do better than a set of strict rules on when to risk. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm also a big believer in building up my risk. So I like risking less to start the trade and sometimes adding into. I can do a lot of work with 1 or 2 micros. You guys know that already. So if we build buffers, then we can increase our risk. Because, right, the 0.25 will increase. Call me crazy, but I see shorts at 935. That liquidity looks nice. You think after the buy side? It could. It definitely could. I wouldn't be surprised. I think it's a little bit more 50-50. Can you get me an eval? No, I can't. I can't do that because a lot of people message me. They tell me their story, and you know what? They have amazing stories, and I wish I could help everyone. But I'm not a millionaire. I'm not even a billionaire. Oh, hold on. Let me reverse that. I'm not a billionaire. I'm not even a millionaire. I can't just give every single person accounts. And if I'm being honest with you, I don't want to put you down, but if you're at a point in your life where you can't get one eval for yourself to trade with, me buying you an eval is not going to help you. I'm sorry. The truth is you're probably going to blow the eval and you're probably going to blow the funded and you're not going to be able to get paid. I've helped many people. I've tried before. Gatie, I'll pay you back when I get the pay. I don't care about the money, but if I'm being honest, it's just a waste. Like, 1,000 there? Bro, 1,000 there. If I wasn't 1,000 there, bro. Oh, man. 1,000 there. Come on, I'll give him more credit than 1,000 there, bro. That's hilarious. How do you use the ruler and how much? The ruler, you click shift. So I'm holding shift on my keyboard. I'm clicking with my left mouse and dragging. And then if I click again, it stays. You use that to measure the points. Anyways, 9332. Which chart is this? Is micro NASDAQ. I'm just here tape reading. We'll start making annotations for the day. Don't need. Okay. Let me put on the executions here. What's the tape read, please? I'm gonna put it in the Discord. I mean, by the way, it's not like we missed a crazy trade. It was a 2R, so. Tape read 1050. Anyways, I'll make my annotations for my journal. I talked about moving my stop loss here after we got here, moving my stop loss here after we got there. So we'll see if it ends up delivering or just gives you the 1R. Either way, pretty good trade. Let's start making annotations for my journal. If you guys have any questions, this is the point of the live stream where I'll answer any questions while I make my journal annotations. Feel free to ask. Equal highs. There's equal highs there, yes. For newbies, you recommend, yes, 2022 first is great. Give a man a fish, he'll be hungry. Teach a man how to fish, he'll be start doing it for 2 years. Risking 0.25% on live account. No. Live account 1%. My personal fund live account, I risk 1% per trade max. Funded account 0.25%. I have to do less because they don't give you enough room, right? Just draw down. Did you say AM will be good today? AM? Brother, you're late. It's lunch. Do I trade with Lucid? No, but I will be, assuming I ever blow my top step accounts, which, again, I don't know if that'll happen, but if I ever do, for whatever reason, maybe I take a payout, it blows them, or maybe we just go on a crazy losing streak, then I will be purchasing Lucid accounts. As of right now, I'm not buying any more evals. I'm happy with my loadout. We're just going to focus on those accounts. PM session. If we don't take out the buy side, like, we met the daily objective in my opinion, so I don't think PM session will be the best. If assuming we hit this, right? The weak candle, that weak candle below will be. How do you know it's protected? That weak. Which weak candle? It's not a weak candle. This is pretty strong order block. We immediately come down, right? And then expand higher. We swept liquidity. How do I know it's safe? Because we swept liquidity. If we're bullish and we sweep this low, expand, retrace, protraction, this low is safe. This is your retracement protraction low. Should also be safe. How do I also know? Because I'm bullish. So if price is going to go here, let's make a checklist right here. If price is going to go here, it's 1050 macro. We swept out sell side. We got an expansion, retracement, and then protraction. What are the chances that this low is going to be swept again and this low is going to be swept again? Very low. Assuming we're going to take out this high. So how can you trust it? Well, I trust my objective and I trust my model. That's all it is. All right. Makes sense? Yeah, Top Step's tripping, bro. It is what it is. News. I'm going to say unexpected news drop. Right? It's not that important. I just want to leave that there. So I know that it looks like I took a crazy trade. Yeah, there's not much more I want to annotate, to be honest. It's pretty sloppy. That's probably all I want to annotate. I mean, there's SMT here. We can annotate that. Make that orange hard to see. Yeah, that's all I really want to annotate. I can remove those. You'll see. Just played around org buy side, and I'll mark this out. That's previous week's high, and I'll mark this out. That's business for today. So I'll screenshot this, put this in the Discord. We're up around. It's hard to say how much because every account is different, but I think it's safe to say. I mean, 1.25R at least. So Discord. You guys don't know, I journal every trade in the Discord that I take on live stream. Not every trade I take, period. Sometimes I'll show you guys my other trades, but for the most part, plus 25R today. 3 longs, 2 break even, 1 small win. I wanted the daily buy side target all day. Fell short multiple times, but I am very content with my risk management. Yeah, that. So can't complain. Anyways, that's my journal entry for you guys today. I will officially submit my journal once we take out the high so I can mark out the time. That's pretty much it. So any questions I'll answer. Yeah, sometimes I play TFT. I don't play really League. What are key times for afternoon hours? 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. is your silver bullet. And final hour macro is also pretty good. 3:15 to 3:45. For someone who trades PB model, what ICT video will you recommend? I'd still watch 2022 mentorship. Should I get out the buy side or hold to all-time highs? Depends on your money management. So, first of all, what's your goal? do you have any? What do you need for a payout? Right. Right now, my goal on Alpha Futures is just to secure one payout. I just got these 100K accounts, spent some money on them, right? It took me 4 attempts to get 3 accounts, so that's actually pretty good. Usually it's a little bit worse, but we got 4 attempts to get 3 accounts, paid the activation fees. If I can get anywhere from a $500 to $1,000 payout, which is pretty easy for Alpha Futures standard, that's 3 wins. That's my goal. So if I'm going to make $250 secured, I'll take that, right? We'll take that because it's gonna give me a payout. Next win we get a payout. Or if we lose 2, then we're back to break even and whatever, we go from there. But you get what I'm saying? Yeah, TFT is fun, bro. I can't lie. You gonna trade PM? No. Arc? I've tried Arc. Oh, Arc Raiders. No, I didn't try that game. They meant the dinosaur game. How much you up today? I mean, if you want to add up all my accounts and truly keep track of the dollars that I make, I'm up $260 across 3 Alpha Futures accounts. I'm up $165 across 5 Top Step accounts. So I don't know, probably around 2,000, somewhere around 2,000. I am lacking on Clash, but you know why I'm lacking on Clash? I only have walls, and it's taking so freaking long, bro. It's so frustrating. What evals a one-time payment? I would recommend Lucid Trading. Get a Lucid Flex account. Yo, League, you gotta quit that game, bro. Sucks the energy out of you. It's not even fun. Yeah, I have discount codes with Lucid Trading. If first time buyer for Lucid, your first 2 accounts, I believe, are 50% off. You can see the banner. It's all there. Those are my affiliations. Funded Hive, brother, please don't get a Funded Hive account. Any other firm. Pick anyone else. I only have defenses to upgrade. W. What time frame you use to chart and enter trades? All of them. Mostly I'll be entering on the 1 minute, but you'll see me go 30 seconds, sometimes 2 minute, 3 minute. What are Lucid rules? Same as Top Step? It's literally Top Step, but better. My fund futures is solid. Are they really that bad? I've just never heard of them, so I'm worried that you're gonna get scammed out of your payout. You think shorts can hit? Probably not. The volume's already slow, so my funded account is minus 3% for Alpha Zero. Can I still save it? Of course you can, bro. What's the 4% drawdown for if you're gonna quit at 3%? You only have 3% there. It's not 4%. You have 4%. You trade it until it's blown, and if you blow it, that's fine. You improve. Is Lucid Funded worth it? Yeah, it is. It actually is. It's honestly one of the better firms out there. I'd probably say it's my number 3. Take Profit's my number 2 because I like the daily payouts. Also, oh no, never mind. Yeah, no, it's more trading. I'll be live tomorrow, but tomorrow I will not be risking on my personal accounts. What confirmation made you enter this long? The order block and 1050 macro. Yeah, there's other firms that do the daily payouts, but there's one key difference that separates Take Profit Trader with the other firms. Take Profit Trader live account. Listen, if you're gonna get daily payouts, they're good, but once you get 5, you get moved to live. Okay, and the Take Profit Trader live account is a lot better than the other ones, to my knowledge, from what other people told me that I trust. So if you're doing daily payouts, I'm assuming you can get payouts. So if you can get 5, which is not that hard because it's daily payouts, that's right. You'd want to, I would say, recommend Take Profit Trader. But Lucid is good. They have daily payouts. Lucid's like an easy version of Take Profit Trader. Take Profit Trader is more for scaling because I believe there's no payout cap, and the live account is great. So if you want to go for larger payouts in the future, that's Take Profit Trader. If you want easy daily payouts, Lucid Trading is a great option. Great option. Do you spend both your day looking at charts backtesting or just morning? Sometimes morning and afternoon. If I trade the afternoon. Today I'm not. So today, just the morning. From 9 to 11:30. I will journal. Best prop firm to copy trade in your opinion. I would recommend everyone get first focus on max allocation with Alpha Futures, and then from there choose the prop firms that you like. I say that because it's really easy to get like if you want a small $500 to $1,000 payout on alpha futures, it's very easy. 3 accounts, that's $1,500 to $3,000. So really easy, just easy money. All right. I got these accounts. It's been 1 week. I'm eligible for a $1,000 payout across 3. Okay, it's not the most amount of money, but it's gonna cover all my expenses and give me more money to put in. Also, technically, right now I have no money in the bank account that I need to have money in my business bank account. So I need to take a payout. I can't spend any expenses because then I have to use my overdraft, and I don't want to do that. So we got to get paid in January. Do I need to take a trade every 10 days on Alpha? I saw that. You can just flip a micro YM. What made you bullish? I want you to open up the S&P 500 chart on the daily time frame. Go to ES, go to the daily chart, and I think you will see for yourself why it was very obviously bullish. I'm down 500. That's nothing, bro. You're good. For someone that has been gotten a pay before but starting to get another one, would recommend. My honest opinion, I'd really recommend you just join the boot camp. I really do think if you put in the work, I can help you. And cause I don't think you need to learn anything else. I think you need to be held accountable, build consistency, discipline, and start reviewing your trades and improving on them. If you were able to get a payout before, assuming you didn't just gamble and get a lucky payout, in which case I'd recommend probably 2022 mentorship or my Gems PO3 series if you want to trade like me. You don't have to trade like me. You can trade like anyone you want. But any video out there that gives you a trading system, risk management, trade management, entries, when not to trade, all that stuff, that video would help you. But that's not what I think is going to help you. I think what's going to help you is learning how to improve from your trading. You got to learn how to recognize what's going wrong. It's in the free Discord. You can look there. You can look at the information there. Somebody sent a hat. Thank you. What about FundedX Bolt? It's good. Listen, FundedX Bolt's only gonna be around for like a month. It's not a bad option. I would still recommend Take Profit Trader, but FundedX Bolt's a great option. They're all pretty much the same. The only difference is Take Profit Trader live account is good. I'm using Take Profit Trader because I'm trying to get to live. You trade live account? Yes. Sometimes. Anyways, boys, another hat. Yo, you don't gotta send. I don't know how much money that costs. Hopefully it's like 5 cents or something, but you really don't have to send any gifts. I would much rather use that money for yourself. Eval, boot camp, I don't know, whatever you want. Obviously that'd still be me, but at least it's like for you, you know. But I appreciate it. Appreciate the hat. That looks pretty cool. Is that can be selling? Yeah, it looks like we're retracing right now, yeah. Okay, looks like most questions are fizzling out. How's your day? I'm good. Made money today, can't complain. How does the boot camp work? All the information's in the Discord again. I'm not gonna sit here and explain it. I don't really want to promote it on live stream. So if you're in the free Discord and you know me already, then the information is there. I will make it very clear. It's already done. Everything's in motion. It's gonna be Thursday. Oh shit, that's tomorrow. Okay, so tomorrow morning I'll post about it and you guys will see exactly. I'm not here to surprise anyone. It's gonna be exactly what I'm gonna tell you guys exactly what's in there. So you can decide, as an adult, if it's something that's worth your time or not. There's no like I'm gonna give you, the secrets to becoming profitable. What the hell does that mean? I'm gonna tell you exactly what's gonna happen. It's gonna be good for you or bad for you. If you want my personal opinion, true, like me saying this to you guys directly, I personally truly believe. I cannot guarantee anything, but I do believe from the bottom of my heart, if you show up and you do all the homework, the assignments, you ask me questions, you ask me for help, you say, Gatie, review my trade, I don't understand. Gatie, look at my journal. Where can I improve? Gatie, I'm lost. Gatie, I'm blowing my accounts. I don't know what psychology I need to work on. You show up and you do all that stuff. I really do think you'll become a better person and you grow discipline and accountability and consistency and mature and a better trader. And if you do all those things, I personally do think I can help you get your first couple of payouts. Assuming, it's going to be a lot easier if you do alpha futures, but you don't have to use alpha futures. But if you do, the payouts can be a lot easier. Let's just say that. It's a lot, you don't need much. You don't need much. And I'm not here to convince anyone. Like I'm really not here to try to promote anything. Because the truth is, the sad part is, even with all that, people are gonna get lazy. They're not gonna do what needs to be done. You guys want to know the funny part is though? Do you want to know the funny thing? The things that I'm gonna tell you guys to do are the things that I do every single day. Maybe a little bit more because you guys do a little bit more reflection on yourself, and I'm a little bit more aware now. So when I make a mistake, I don't have to be like, where can I improve, or was this a logical or emotional decision? Like I'm more aware now, so it's quicker for me, right? But so maybe I'll do a little bit more work. But those things that I'm going to teach you to do are the same things I do every single day. Still today, even with my payouts, I still do it. So it's really just about how bad do you want it, you know? How bad do you want it? That's what it comes down to. How much work are you willing to put in? Can I trade CPI news full port fund the next 50K rapid challenge? Yes, I believe on the eval you can, but if you don't, I would just double check. You look at they have a website, all the questions answered. I would double check, but to my knowledge from what I remember last, yes, you can. I have no idea what that news was. I'm very lucky to have closed right before. Well, my stop loss was here, so we just got stopped out in profit. Anyways, pull back long. Yeah, it's possible, but the volume is low. Yeah, you know, it's very possible. Probably a 5 or 15 minute in there. So you can take that. That was news. China pausing purchase of NVIDIA AI chips. That's what it was. I mean, I guess maybe that's important. The video's still up 1%. Who knows? We'll see. Anyways, I appreciate you guys coming through to the live stream today. Seems like the questions are running out. If you guys want to join the free Discord, the links is in the description below. There's 18,000 members. Like, round of applause, man. 18,000. That shit has grown so much. It's free, obviously, so that's probably why there's a lot of people, but I'm never going to charge on that Discord. It's free. Yes, take payout as soon as you're eligible on Alpha Futures. 100%. Do you trade Asia on live? No, but I may start because some people have been asking me. I rarely trade Asia myself. I do have an Asian model. I do think it'd be profitable. It also would help me answer more questions and stuff. So maybe. But really, if it's going to happen, it probably won't be soon because I really want to just focus on the boot camp. So all my extra time will probably be going to the boot camp and just helping those people inside. No, I'm not in this trade. This was a tape read. Look, tape read, 1050 macro protraction. I already took 3 longs today, 2 break even, 1 small win. So after top step first payout, which prop firm is best for daily payouts? I would highly personally recommend Lucid Trading. The payouts are not going to be large, but they are daily payouts. So Lucid Trading, yeah, I'd 100% recommend Lucid Trading. If you like Top Step, you will love Lucid. Straight up. Got it at 2,578 at the open. Nice. Good luck, bro. Nice. Yeah, do you think 400 left on eval is enough to full port CPI? Yeah, it should be more than enough. I genuinely know someone who had. I'm not even gonna say it. But yes, it's more than enough. I've seen people do a lot less. 30-minute cable handle. Yeah, I would still be bullish if that's what you're asking me. The daily target's still there, 11:30. Is it gonna be sloppy? Is it gonna be slow? Is it gonna soup back? It's possible. Overall, generally speaking, I am still bullish. So, anyways, appreciate you guys coming through. I'd like to turn left on eval, saving for CPI. Yeah, I wanted to be aggressive on my top step accounts because in worst case I go and draw down and try the CPI, but we'll see. Anyways, I appreciate you guys coming through the live stream. If you guys want to support me, those are the firms I'm affiliated with. If you guys want to join the free Discord, you can join. I'm live every single day, 9:15 a.m. Eastern Time. I've been live every day for almost 2 years now. It's going to be a great day when we hit the 2-year mark. I will see you guys tomorrow, and I will see you guys Friday. Stay safe. Take care. Saying I can't join the Discord. You can. The reason it says that is because you're on TikTok. So 2 options. 1, on TikTok, click the 3 dots and click open in browser. Then it'll let you join. Option 2, just go to YouTube or Instagram or Twitter, search up my name, and you can join directly from the link there. TikTok has a weird thing where it doesn't send you directly to Discord. You have to do it in browser format. Why are people watching on TikTok? I don't know. Probably copy trading. Can I get a payout with my funded account of alpha futures of all my profit? Yes, you can request all your money. Is it a zero account? The zero account, no. If it's standard, then yes. Um, Regardless, I don't know if you're eligible, but if you are, congratulations. And hopefully more to come, brother. Nice. Well done. Long's demo 1RR. Might take a long here at the 5 minute gets inversed. Yeah, I think it's a decent long setup. Why not with the zero? The zero account is 50% of your profits. So say you make it. Usually, what I recommend to new traders, make $1,000, request 500. If you have 3 accounts, that's 1,500. Let's say you do that twice a month. Okay, 3,000 US dollars a month. That's not bad. Say you upgrade to 100K zero accounts. That's $6,000. If you get a payout every week, that's $12,000 per month, USD, right? So that's what I recommend. You know, start with the zeros, 50K, get a $500 payout. You got it? Nice. Go for 3 zeros. You got 3 zeros, that's a $1,500 payout. Can you do that twice a month? Not every single month, but sometimes twice a month. Maybe sometimes you get more. Maybe you get a good trade. Maybe it's more than $500 payout, right? So, generally speaking, base goal, ideally, too. What do you use to copy trade? I use Trade Copia, but currently I'm not using it. But that's what I use. I have it. Can you please go over how you take the trade today? I'm going to do you one better. I'm going to give you a full live walkthrough. If you give me like 30 minutes, I will edit it now and post it on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. And you will see the exact execution I took and why. Got through? Perfect. Nice. I will see you guys live tomorrow. Stay safe. Take care. Fun X Bolt is solid. A great option. Are they watching reels in between? Possibly. I don't know. Perfect.